Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, a night of socializing turns deadly in Corozal. One man is shot to death while another is injured. The peaceful community of Paraíso is shattered by gun violence as one of its residents is targeted while at home. He is lucky to be alive. A cargo of crystal meth is intercepted in the West. Its street value stands at a whopping $6 million. And is a convention brewing in Corozal Bay. We take you to the streets of the constituency as Thea Garcia Ramirez launches her campaign. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, May 27th, 2024.
As I look out on the audience, I see many of the artists whose works are represented in this first display. My respect to each of you for contributing to Belize's creative and intellectual inheritance. I also offer my admiration and respect to those artists represented in the museum who have passed on. Their work lives on as sources of inspiration and education. And for the many hundreds of artists who are not in the first show, I say that it is not our intention to develop a culture of exclusion or gatekeeping. Just the opposite. We see this space as one of liberation.
Fast approaching. Pro FC is back in Orange Walk Town on Saturday, June 15th inside the Orange Walk Multi-Purpose Complex, exclusively on Channel 53 on Centaur.
I've been a member of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union since it opened its door in 2004, so it's 20 years. It was only yesterday I was talking to my grandchildren about it, two of my grandsons. I was talking to them about the credit union, that it's good because as the past, you have heard they say money doesn't grow on tree, but it does. In your shares, you see the growth of your money there, and you can save. You think about retirement and all the other benefits the credit union offers, what they call the womb to the tomb. So, and the service is very good. I like it.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Tonight, one man is dead and another is hospitalized following a late-night shooting in the village of Ranchito on Saturday. The incident is a shocking one that is once more raising the issue of safety in the district of Corozal. The deadly night unfolded at El Compa Compa Bar and Grill, and by the time the shots subsided, Jamar Gabriel lay dead among some picnic tables located outside the establishment, while Ethan Galvez, who is lucky to be alive tonight, had received one gunshot injury. Elmer Cornejo captured the details of the deadly shooting in the following story.
It was only minutes after midnight on Sunday when gunshots shattered the tranquil community of Ranchito in the Corozal district. What should have been a night of fun at Mi Compa Bar and Grill turned out to be a bloody one, as one man lost his life and another was badly injured. While the details surrounding the deadly shooting remains unclear, reports suggest the incident commenced with a fight inside the establishment, where one person was hit to the head with a beer bottle. That altercation quickly led to murder, and according to the owner of the establishment, there was nothing he or his security team could have done since the incident unfolded quickly. When the shots receded, 24-year-old Jamur Gabriel had been fatally wounded, while 24-year-old volunteer firefighter Ethan Galvez of a White Cockle area in Corozal town had been injured. As he pulled out his gun, the shooter was unaware that his actions were being recorded on camera.
We try run one family business, but we never had no idea that, all of that stuff here may happen, but it play out one way that we really can't control it, and we have officers, securities, and it just, out of beyond our control. Yes, we always have our regular customers. I mean, people from different places come by and they come eat and different stuff, so.
And this incident happened outside, so you never really see what happened, but the rate at how quickly things play out. Like, what do you remember? What exactly may happen?
Well, to be honest, I there behind the bar and I never really seen nothing happen, And all I heard that just the fire, like the gun when the bust. That's it. That's all I hear. And everybody stay in. That was the only thing that happened. Where I hear then, where I say I don't say nothing, So it really, really crazy how it play out where it's so fast, So I don't really know what really happened, Every night we have securities, but, I believe that the securities then get scared and, move off,
The blood-stained trail at the side door of the establishment confirms something had gone terribly wrong. Between these picnic tables is where Gabriel would take his final breath. Today we spoke to the mayor of Corozal, Rigo Veas, whose daughter was in a relationship with the deceased. According to Veas, the family is still coming to terms with the tragedy.
Jamur was my son-in-law. He was with my daughter for a couple of years now. Part of the family. I've already been accepted by me as like a son. Plus he used to work for me at my gym. So he was also an employee of mine.
When was the last time you spoke?
I spoke to him about 3 days before at the gym. I passed here and I was talking to him. That was the last time I had any communications with him. I believe like any other area, the possibilities are there. You just don't know how and when. That's a problem. But it happened and we can't change back anything now. So.
To your knowledge, was he someone that, mischievous or wanted to pick fight with anybody or anything?
Jamur was an athlete, a basketball player. He was a very calm guy. Didn't look for problems any at all. Not to my knowledge. I've been around him for many years. So I don't believe, I am sure he wasn't a guy that goes out there looking for trouble. So that's definitely not the case here. I don't want to comment. I know it's still in process, the investigation. Of course, my daughter was there, so she did tell me what she can recall. But it's an unfortunate situation, and it's very sad to know that it's a young man with a bright future. Like I said, he was an athlete. Everybody knew him because of basketball. It's a future that just went down the drain.
And as the family seeks closure, Veas hopes that those responsible can be brought to justice.
She's holding up. We are there for her, so she's holding up. It's not an easy process for anyone, and I'm sure it won't be for her or anyone from part of the family. I know Jamur mom too is going through a lot, but we will hold on together and go through it as a family. I was in touch with them yesterday. I know that they're trying to do their best. I trust in them also, and as a Corozaleño, as a citizen, I will do my part. You know, if I can help, I will help in any way, shape, or form. If I know anything, of course, I will also share. And I ask the public, because I understand that there are a lot of people in the establishment, to come out and give their side of the story, to put the pieces together. This is a murder. It has to be solved. I'm hoping it does. These things tend to keep on happening not only at Corozal but everywhere, and a lot of times nothing happens because there are pieces missing, you know. And I believe that it's our own responsibility as a citizen, or if you know anyone, to come out and share your piece, because you know it cannot save a life because it already happened, but it can probably save another life for it not to happen.
Tonight, the motive behind the attack is still unknown. In search of clarity, we visited the family of Ethan Galvez. However, there was no one that could provide any updates other than that Galvez is admitted at the Northern Regional Hospital pending a second surgery to extract the bullet lodged to his upper left chest. His blood-stained shirt marks the exact spot where he was shot. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
Ctv3 News understands police are looking for 2 suspects in this latest homicide and shooting. As we told you, Jamar Gabriel was killed on Sunday, May 26, 2024 in Ranchito while out socializing with his friend Ethan Galvez. The incident unfolded while patrons were socializing at Compa Bar and Grill in Ranchito, Corozal. Gabriel received 1 fatal shot that ended his life. Police today provided details.
On Sunday, the 26th of May 2024, around 1:28 a.m., police responded to a shooting incident at Mikompa Bar, Ranchito Village, Corozal District. Upon the arrival, they found the lifeless body of Jamar Gabriel with a gunshot injury. Also seen was Ethan Galvez with a gunshot injury. Investigations that they were at the bar along with other persons when they got into an argument, at which point a male person pulled out a firearm and fired a single shot, causing the fatal injury to Gabriel and the injury to Ethan Galvez. We are seeking 1 suspect in regards to this investigation. We are not sure if they knew each other. All we know is that they had an argument and one of them pulled out a firearm. Do you know the nature of the argument? I do not know the nature of the argument, no.
It's safe to presume that these men were intoxicated?
Yes, they were consuming alcoholic beverages at that bar.
The suspect is from the area?
Yes, he's from the area.
As for El Compa Bar and Grill, it is not the first time that things get out of control at the establishment. After a stabbing incident a few months ago, the establishment was placed under probation, and now with this recent murder, the business could be facing closure.
To be honest with you, I really feel unsafe for everybody, you know, because I mean, it in our back area, and you know, I try have the business safety for everybody, you know, that come by, you know. But now it really scary for everybody now if we come in our back area, you know. So you know, well, I not say you know safe, right? But them people jeopardize my business now, you know. So yeah.
And the work with the police officers, then what they tell you?
Well, the police they do a good job and whatever, right? But I mean, they can't do everything, you know. So I mean, the thing play out so fast that we don't know what really happened, or they don't know what really happened, you know. Well, we don't have one idea, but we just want to be safe, you know, and you know, if we would open back again, I mean, I think we might get targeted, you know. So we as a family, I just want, you know, just want whole peace, you know. We don't want no problem with nobody, and you know, people start target we because you know we did there, and you know, then where's this? So we don't know what we can do yet, you know.
What unraveled in the village of Ranchita was not the only case of gun violence witnessed over the weekend in Corozal. Even before the death of 24-year-old Jamar Gabriel, police were already investigating a shooting in the village of Paraíso, which left one man seriously injured. The incident played out on Saturday night at around 7:30. Our reporter Elmer Cornejo was at the scene minutes after the incident was reported and filed the following report.
On Saturday night, gunshots rang out in front of this residence located in the village of Paraíso in the Corozal district. When we arrived on the scene minutes after the incident was reported, investigators were already questioning neighbors about what had transpired. Meanwhile, scenes of crime personnel were already gathering whatever evidence was left behind. By this time, 34-year-old Jose Sosa was already transported to the Corozal Community Hospital, suffering from multiple gunshot injuries. Minutes later, a police patrol would escort an ambulance transferring Sosa for further medical treatment to Belize City. Police told the media what they know so far.
Okay, on Saturday, 26th of May 2024, around 7:53 p.m., police responded to a shooting at Paraíso Village, Corozal District. Upon arrival, they found Joel Sosa with gunshot injuries. He was taken to a medical facility where he is in a stable condition at this time. Information is that he was at Paraíso Village when a vehicle arrived. A male person came out of that vehicle and fired several shots towards his direction. We are seeking one suspect in regards to this shooting. We do not have a motive for this shooting.
The motive of the shooting remains unclear, as information is scarce, with neighbors too terrified to make any comment. Unconfirmed reports indicate, however, the shooting could be drug-related. Even though the incident unfolded in a rural area, for Mayor of Corozal Town, Rigo Veas, the increase in crime rate recently witnessed in Corozal is cause for concern.
Yes, I heard about it. This weekend was really terrible for us as a town and as a district, and it's just too much, and it's time for us to open our eyes and realize what we are doing. We're ending our own community, our own town, and when I speak as a mayor, I would say we're putting a black mark on Corozal, and it won't help us as a community, you know, and that needs to change. We need to add more positive things to Corozal. It's not only my duty as a mayor, but it's a duty of everyone to do their share part to ensure that people want to come to Corozal, you know, and that will definitely boost us, and it will be a safe place, but it all depends on us, on each one of us.
Sosa had only made Paraíso his home 2 years ago when he wed his wife. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
The Corozal district also witnessed a stabbing incident on Friday evening. Reports suggest that at around 5:30, an altercation ensued between Jose Christian Gonzalez, Luis Humberto Gonzalez, and Jose Gonzalez while they were at Dee's barbershop. As a result, Jose Gonzalez was stabbed to the left side of the back at least 5 times to the left shoulder and 3 times to the left side of the head. Luis Gonzalez was stabbed once to his abdomen. Both brothers had to be taken to the Northern Regional Hospital for medical attention. We know that 3 men from the village have been detained by police for questioning. Coming up next is $6 million worth of crystal meth is confiscated by cops down west. Stay tuned.
Yo me llamo José Luis Vivas. Yo he sido miembro desde hace 35 años en la Unión de Crédito. Todos mis préstamos que he pedido siempre me lo han dado. Ha sido una ayuda muy grande para mí porque he visto la prosperidad. Entonces ha crecido bastante por medio de la Unión de Crédito que me ha ayudado bastante en la comunidad de los cañeros, porque especialmente lo he visto porque hay muchos cañeros ahí en la Unión de Crédito y es por siempre por la ayuda que nos han dado. Yo empecé con 25 toneladas de licencia de caña. Ahorita ya estoy casi, entre yo y mi esposa casi tenemos las 2,000. Desde que estaba el señor Don Canul, Yo ya estaba trabajando con la Unión de Crédito y ese viejito me trató muy bien. Me trató muy bien, entonces yo se lo recomiendo a cualquiera para el futuro.
ITSAT STEAM Academy is a four-year government high school that does focus on science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, which is called STEAM.
Before this, I've been to other high schools and private schools, and just being here feels so much more different. But my experience with STEAM in a whole, I love it.
ITSAT STEAM Academy, we are inclusive.
Females in robotics, I think that we could have a lot of success.
This has been the best experience school life I've ever had. It brings out your creative and innovative side in almost all subjects. In fact, in all subjects.
My experience at ITSAT STEAM Academy is stunning.
Our students will, I hope, tell you that they are happy to be here, because from the moment they set foot in the campus in the morning to the moment they leave, they're engaged in interesting activities which have real meaning to their lives. And by doing this, the learning is much deeper, more effective and long-lasting.
There was a shooting incident reported here in Orange Walk Town early this morning in the area of Boundary Road. Residents report to have heard 2 shots shortly before 5 this morning. Indications are that a couple was returning home from a night of socializing when they were approached by 3 male individuals who threatened them with a handgun. Indications are that as the couple attempted to fight off their assailants, one of the men fired a shot in the air. As the couple managed to ward off the men, the armed assailant fired a second shot into the air. Police quickly arrived at the scene and set chase after the 3 individuals. However, they were able to make good their escape. Today, when we visited the family, we were told that they did not want to seek further actions against their assailants as they fear for their safety. Police are currently looking for the 3 male persons who are known street figures. Credible reports reaching our newsroom is that law enforcement officers acting on intelligence were able to intercept a red taxi bearing Menquevejo del Carmen license plate and carrying some 20 kilos of crystal meth. We are told the street value of the drug is about $6 million. Contrary to other reports, the incident did not happen at an airstrip. We have been reliably informed that the operation occurred behind a small community known as Corozalito village in the Cayo district on Friday around 5 p.m. 4 male persons were subsequently detained. All men have been remanded to the Belize Central Prison pending a court hearing. 2 of the men are Guatemala nationals and the other 2 are Belizeans. Police were very short on the details at today's press briefing.
On Friday, 24th day of May 2024, police conducted an operation at the Cha Creek Road, Cayo District, which led to the discovery of a large amount of drugs. As a result of the searches conducted, Bernardino Del Cid, Isaiche, Luis Perez, and Juan Sosa have all jointly been charged with 2 counts of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply to another. And the amount of drugs is 11.74 kilograms and 8.665 kilograms of methamphetamines.
The information we received is that the police somehow intercepted a plane before it crashed.
That is incorrect. 2 vehicles were searched where these drugs were found.
So it was all crystal meth?
All methamphetamines, correct.
Were police already looking for these people?
It is an operation that was conducted in the area.
Is the People's United Party PUP facing a convention battle in the Corozal Bay constituency? While the party leadership has not made any official decision, what we can report tonight is that Thea Garcia Ramirez has submitted her application for PUP standard bearer of Corozal Bay. While she is yet to obtain a response, if a convention is allowed, Garcia Ramirez will find herself in the ring with the current area representative for Corozal Bay, Honorable Elvia Vega Samos, who has all intentions of returning to office. With no time to waste, Garcia Ramirez officially launched her campaign on Saturday. Elmer Cornejo reports.
Quiere lo que la gente necesita. No nada más es idea mía.
Meet Thea Garcia Ramirez, who was born and raised in Corozal. She is no stranger to her community, and politics has always been part of her bloodline. At this junction of her life, she seeks to follow the footsteps of her father, Dr. Gregorio Garcia, who represented the people of Corozal Southwest as standard bearer and area representative under the PUP ticket, and her brother, Greg Papas Garcia, who represented the Blue Machine twice as standard bearer for the Corozal Bay constituency. Garcia Ramirez is determined to take over the helms of Corozal Bay and represent its voters under the umbrella of the PUP. But in order to have her name on the ballot paper for the next general election set for 2025, she must first face a convention. Her opponent so far? The current PUP area representative for the Bay, Honorable Elvia Vega Samos, who has no plans of giving up her seat. So, if the National Executive approves a convention, it will be left up to the electorate of the area to decide which of the two women will go up against the UDP candidate. In the meantime, as she awaits word on her application, Garcia Ramirez officially kicked off her campaign on Saturday, hitting the ground running.
I want to tell the public that officially I am now in the race. I have submitted my application to the PUP party headquarters, the secretariat. I have fulfilled all the requirements, and now I believe that the next step is for the National Campaign Committee and the vetting committees that they set up to really look at what I've submitted and to, if I pass the mark, then I will be given a chance to be in a convention with whoever else has applied. It might not be only me. So once that process has been done, there will be an announcement for a convention date. And in view of that, and being that I am now officially in the race, having put in my application, I have started to campaign. My intention here is to keep working for Corozal Bay, to keep ensuring that whatever resources Corozal needs get channeled here, and that they're put to good and proper use, that the people of Corozal can at the end of the day say, this is what was done between such a period and such a period.
Currently the chair of the PUP Northern Caucus, Garcia Ramirez, does not believe she needs to give up that seat if she runs in a convention.
The rules and the Constitution don't speak to that being an impediment to my serving at the caucus level. Well, I don't believe I should have any problems with having my application accepted. I have served this party and my community since I'm 13. And let's not get into how old I am, Elmer. Let's just say I have decades of experience. And so I have served through the BYM. I have some of my BYM members back here with me. So I've also served at the national level for BYM. I've served at the executive level locally, at the constituency level in Corozal Bay. I've served before, and I'm serving again as the regional leader, as the chair of the Northern Caucus. And so I believe that I have a strong bid and a strong history of leadership within my community, within the party, and I stand on that. I stand on business. Well, I think that there's been at least one other application that I know of, and I know that because we were applying at the same time, basically. So I am sure that the vetting committee will consider both applications, and I'm almost sure that we're heading for a convention, and I want to be on record to say that I will talk about what I want for Corozal, what I've done for Corozal, what I plan to do for Corozal, what we as a team want for Corozal.
While the mother of three has submitted her application for POP Standard Bearer of Corozal Bay, the leadership of the party is yet to make a decision on a convention. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
Our intention is also to speak to the sitting area representative of Corozal Bay as soon as she hits the campaign trail. For more than a decade, the Orange Walk Cancer Support Group has been hosting its annual Cancer Walk with the hope of raising awareness and much-needed funds to assist cancer patients in our community and their families. This year, the annual Cancer Walk will be held on Saturday, June 1st, and the residents are encouraged to do their part in the fight against cancer in our community.
I mean, you know, it changes by week because some passes away and then we get 2 or 3 more cases, and then it drops a little bit that you get a break that 1 week nobody will come to you, but then you see another case the other week, and so it's very difficult for us. And as you know, in the public right now, there are so many needs and so many people trying to raise funds for their cause, right? And so the best that we can do is try to assist them the best we can, because, like, you know, it's mostly from what the volunteers do that we get our finance to help them to do their radiation and their chemo, their biopsies if they're new patients. And, you know, sometimes what we try to do is to make sure that they get that biopsy as quick as possible. We know that can be a lengthy process, but we try to advocate for them and make sure that they get it in a timely manner. Right now we have an alarming rise in cervical cancer too. Okay. And so this year I'm trying to advocate for cervical cancer because I've lost a lot of young women to cervical and breast cancer. Yeah. And it's the resources are there, so we have to love ourselves. We have to take the initiative and go do our pap smears, go do our checkup, do it yearly, because, you know, sometimes they say, oh, but I got last year and it was clean, so I don't need to go back until 5 years, 6 years. But cancer is very sneaky, and it can sneak up on you in 2 turns. Exactly.
This year, the Orange Walk Cancer Support Group is teaming up with the National Drug Abuse Control Council, NDAC, and Rotaract in the hopes of sharing more information about this disease and what we can do to increase early detection.
The National Drug Abuse Control Council falls directly under the Ministry of Health. Every year on May 31st, we celebrate World No Tobacco Day. So this year, we teaming up with the Cancer Support Group because tobacco causes 12 cancer. So we want to raise awareness and open the eyes of the public that this is a serious matter.
Right.
You know, and tobacco affects persons, not persons, only persons who smoke, but persons who are exposed, secondhand smokers. And this month, the National Drug Abuse Control Council, we are visiting countrywide. We are visiting different schools, and we're conducting sessions to raise awareness of tobacco. And it's very alarming when you are in a classroom and you explain to these kids about secondhand smoking. They are all like frightened. They did not know this is what is happening. You know?
Residents are also reminded that T-shirts as well as bands are on sale as of now and can be purchased with any member of the Orange Walk Cancer Group.
Our shirts from small to extra large is $20, and we have them in 5 colors. The green is for cervical, the gold is for children, pink for breast, the blue for prostate, and the lilac is for all cancers. And so that is part of our fundraising. And we're also asking that if you can do a contribution of $2, please try to take your $2 in coins. We're asking, and then you will receive a band to register. It's just like a donation to the group, you know. I mean, every little bit that we get counts. And also, we have our big raffle in the end of June with 31 fabulous prizes, and so we're dealing with that also. But we're giving you time. Right now, I'm trying to finish with the cancer walk, and then we'll start to ask all those who are helping in selling booklets and stuff to get together. And we'll do it at the Central Park also, just to do a live show and do the raffling of that.
Okay.
We're going to have a health fair. Also, we're going to have some of the cancer patients and the cancer group that are going to be having foods and items on sales. We're going to be having the doctors doing checkups. We having live our band music to be, you know, make the atmosphere more comfortable. And I would like to ask the community to come out and support the group. You know, every drop that we put in the bucket counts, and the group is fighting for a cause, and we are out there giving information for this cause, towards this cause.
Following the official walk, the groups will be hosting a mini health fair and fundraiser, and residents are invited to support patients fighting this disease. Central Park at 6 in the morning. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Pro FC is here on Saturday, June 15th. Pro FC is back in Orange Walk Town inside the Orange Walk Multi-Purpose Complex. Pro FC 12. Vasquez versus Aguilar. For the main event, we have the 145 pounds professional MMA fight between undefeated Belizean MMA star Frank Mac Vasquez versus Mexico's Ari El Trompito Aguilar. We also have 8 other exciting MMA fights, including Orange Walk's very own 135 pounds champion Jalen Perez, as he takes on the #1 ranked fighter in Central America, Christian Centeno from Nicaragua, in a fight that will determine the #1 bantamweight in the entire Latin America region. It's going to be a night filled with exciting MMA action from start to finish. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the event starts at 7:30 p.m. sharp. General admission tickets are available at the Shell One Stop gas station in Orange Walk Town or from any Pro FC fighter. VIP tickets are by WhatsApp reservations only. 670-0716. Pro FC, Belize's premier MMA league.
Today, Belize and the European Union (EU) held their first partnership dialogue in Placencia under Article 3 of the new partnership agreement between the EU and members of the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, the Samoa Agreement. This partnership dialogue is a successor of the political dialogue held under Article 8 of the Cotonou Agreement. The discussions were held in a constructive atmosphere, addressing the multifaceted relationship between Belize and the EU. Both parties are aligned on many critical global issues and are committed to respecting the international legal order and promoting multilateralism. They reiterated their commitment to further strengthening their partnership grounded in shared values and interests. The dialogue reviewed development cooperation, assessing the progress of ongoing projects under the 11th European Development Fund and new initiatives under the Neighborhood Development and International Cooperation Instrument on green growth in the South and border management. The EU also provided updates on its regional programs such as environment and climate change, trade, and good governance benefiting Belize within the Caribbean and Central America. Discussions also covered the implementation of the EU's Global Gateway Investment Agenda, which aims to boost investment in Belize in digital transformation, climate and energy, transport, health, and education. Updates on the EU Economic Partnership Agreement, including its challenges and opportunities, were also provided. Belize's interest in being added to the list of countries benefiting from the Schengen visa waiver was also discussed. Other topics included good governance, human rights, the situation in Haiti, the Russian aggression against Ukraine, and the war in Gaza. Belize shared an update on regional integration initiatives in CARICOM and SICAM. Another significant topic was the ongoing case before the International Court of Justice regarding Guatemala's territorial, maritime, and insular claim on Belize, along with the EU's support for confidence-building measures in the adjacency zone between Belize and Guatemala ahead of the ICJ's ruling. The partnership dialogue was co-chaired by Honorable Francis Fonseca, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, and Her Excellency Marianne Van Steen, Ambassador of the European Union. While Belizeans are expecting some sort of relief from the intense heat with the second tropical wave forming in the Atlantic, even more the start of the hurricane season, that relief is not coming anytime soon. Whole experts are tracking the storm. Meteorologists say that by Thursday, the first tropical wave that is approaching Jamaica will be losing a lot of its rain due to an increased amount of wind shears coming on the opposite side of the wave. Therefore, Belize will continue experiencing drought. Hurricane researchers expect the upcoming season to be especially active thanks to the return of La Nina and extremely warm waters in the Atlantic. Today, Her Excellency Maria Clara Gibran Ronda, Ambassador-designate of Spain to Belize, presented copies of her letters of credentials to Honorable Francis Fonseca, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, in the Marines of the Belize-EU Partnership Dialogue. They agreed on the importance of implementation of the Samoa Agreement as well as potential cooperation areas. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, May 28th here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.